morning. It's another wonderful yet wet Wednesday. And this is Wake Up Nigeria. As your host, we're charged with that energetic boost that you need. Of course, we need you to have a great start to your morning. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I am Mike Mesikeno. Tell a friend or family member that right now we are live on your TV screens and also live streaming on our website, tvcontinental.tv, and also on our Facebook page at TVC Connect.
Yeah, you need to make sure you send in your comments. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria. Now, when we say comments, it doesn't matter what the comments could be. You could be ranting. You could be telling us about your day, whatever it is. I don't know. Just tell us and use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Okay, of course, it's a cool Wednesday morning, and I'm looking forward to what we have in the kitchen. Yes, we have another amazing chef set to blow our minds with something sumptuous this morning. Yes, it's Chef V in the house.
Hello, guys. Yeah, he likes to call himself Uncle V.
Uncle V.
Chef Uncle V.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
We'll do Chef Uncle V.
I can't wait to get started.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
okay. So that face cap, I'm taking it home with me. I don't know.
The smile, everything about him
just
today.
Just give me that. In fact, give me the cap now, right now. Just bring it. Bring it. Okay.
All right, let's get straight to what we have for today. We'll kick off today with some midweek musical performance. You wouldn't want to miss that. Stay tuned for it.
Yes, sir.
Every day be like holiday. Valentine's Day, they rock your soul. Every day be like holiday. Valentine's Day, wow. Every day be like holiday. Valentine's Day, they rock your soul. Every day be like holiday. Valentine's Day, wow. Oh yeah. Now then they rock your soul.
And then, of course, it's Wednesday, so we have another health discussion this morning. We have an amazing dentist who will be bringing us some very important information when it comes to oral care and halitosis, aka mouth odor.
And some relationship experts have come to a conclusion that a break in marriage may actually be considered healthy for a relationship. Relationship coach Damilola Oluwatoyinbo will be here to talk about that.
Yes, so very touchy topic there. When it comes to mixing drinks, now we'll be taught today by a renowned mixologist. You need to stay tuned for that one.
And of course, I will also be taking your comments on social media. Let's talk about breaks in marriages, or as someone will call it, sabbatica.
Sabbatica. Is there such a thing? Mary, I really don't know how to start that topic. But before we start talking about that, we have actress Nonso Kalango. She'll be here with us having a chat soon.
Yes, you. Come here.
Oh, me?
Yes.
See me.
Why are you late to my class?
I'm not late. I knew.
You're not the first old new students in this class. So, never you come to my class again late.
Which kind of student is that?
Please, you can tell you about adult classes, what the teachers go through. My goodness.
So imagine now, we're talking about halitosis today. Imagine there was halitosis in that place.
In that place.
I know
I mean, she was up in this.
There's so many things to talk about today, but today is also World Mental Health Awareness Day.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And the theme for this year is youth and mental health in a changing world. You know, there's always many issues, and it's something that people should address. Someone was saying something yesterday that, you know, in this part of the world, when you hear something about mental health, the first thing that you just think of is, oh, his village or something is wrong.
Or people also think that you're crazy.
Exactly.
So once you have maybe a mental health issue, meanwhile, like probably 95% of mental health issues are treatable.
medical.
Yeah.
either with drugs or counseling and whatever it is. But a lot of times people in Africa don't get
And you know
that kind of help.
something, almost everybody has a mental health issue, but we believe that mental health matters have to do with someone going mad. It could be anger, it could be things that are related. There are so many of us that actually have mental health issues, but just because it's not full-blown and we're not walking naked on the streets, we tend to assume that it's not that serious.
One of the key ones that could get worse is this issue of depression. And a lot of people are in denial of the fact that at some point in time, they've had some little dip towards depression. It could be over a breakup, over the loss of a job, it could be grief, it could be because they were in mourning. You know, most people have actually been touched by depression.
True that.
This is Mayor Fit, and you're live on Wake Up Nigeria. So this morning we're going to be stretching, we're going to the main workout, and we'll do the main aerobics today. Thank you. So let's go up this way, everybody. Come on. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The other side. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and back up this way. Then push up this way, then go down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and take it back to your waist this way, everybody. Come on, let's go back to the side. Swing to the side. 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And go forward. Come on. That's it. Don't stop. Come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's go this morning. Let's go up this way. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And go on jumping jacks. Everybody, let's go. 1. That's it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you go forward, forward. Come on, push. That's it. Push. Come on. Push. That's it. 7, 8, 9, and sit down this way. Come on, punch it out. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you go down this way. Everybody, come on, that's it. You go mountain climbing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's it. Go up this way. Stay outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and back with the waist down. The legs together. Go down. Come on, that's it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, open your legs wide this way. And hands up. Come on. Elbow up this way. That's it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Kick your legs out this way. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9. And let's go back to the kitchen. Good morning, everybody.
All right, you are welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Good morning! And I'm not alone today. I've got Chef Uncle V. Like,
hello, guys.
That's a mouthful, I know. And of course, when you see Chef Uncle V, you know it's time for something savory in the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. So what are we making today?
Today we're making grilled potatoes and mackerel stew. And we have all our ingredients here.
Grilled potatoes and mackerel stew.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have here.
So we have tomato puree.
Okay.
It's mixed with pepper and tomatoes.
Oh,
we have
okay.
Ginger and garlic.
Okay. The ingredients are on your screen right now: grilled potato and mackerel stew. So you can quickly scribble them down. Seems like quite a lot. So just try your best to write them down as soon as possible. Okay, go on, please.
So we have our potatoes, we have our mackerel, we have our purple onions, our curry, our thyme, and then we have our vegetables here for garnishing.
Okay,
we have our
seasoning cubes as well.
Seasoning cubes too.
Okay, so all the vegetables are just for garnishing?
For garnishing, yeah.
All right, so I see we have some kind of grill here.
Yeah.
So we're going to be grilling, obviously.
Exactly.
All right, so what's the first thing we're doing?
So the first thing we're doing is, actually, I just learned this hack from Mary. You know, she said to preserve this from changing color, you just have to put inside water.
And you see it's working?
Yeah, and it's working.
See?
So right now we'll get this water out.
Okay. You have a lot of potatoes to cut.
Yeah.
That's usually the way to, or else everything will get black on the edges.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll use our salt.
A little bit of salt. Yeah. Okay. Then what happens?
Try to
put it all together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have our grill heating up already.
Yeah, it's been heating up for about 15, 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to have it here and grill it for about 25 minutes while observing it to change the sides.
You're going to grill for 25 minutes?
Yeah.
Is it not possible to cheat? Like, you know, say you don't have that much time and your guests are almost here.
No.
Maybe boil it a bit and then you now start grilling.
I think that should be a new recipe.
I'll try it myself. Because there's always a way to cheat in everything. I have guests coming in and I still have to keep an eye on this for 25 minutes. Wow. So you're going to time it for 25 minutes. Okay, so while the potato grills, that's sweet potato, by the way.
Yes, potato.
What are we going to be doing?
We'll prepare our stew.
Okay, let's get started with that.
For that, we need our oil.
Okay. Just a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the oil heats up, and then we start the cooking process.
Cooking, yeah.
Okay, just so that we can have something to show you on the other side, let's take a break, all right? We will be back shortly. Stay with us, it's Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back, and now it's time for performance, which we promised you earlier from the record label Black and Beautiful Africa. Gwenz is here to perform his new single, Every Day. Every Day, Every Day. You ready, Gwenz?
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
On the beat, it's C major.
Shady the talk say we not go make up. I be now you be my God, my maker. Bang, bang, bang. See the love where you give me Rebecca. I don't say you the faker. Anytime when I call you for phone, you go say come me later. Oh yeah. She come for the money, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Bang, she come for the money, yeah. Right down there they see boy they enter. Everybody that they got that. Right now where they see the body enter. All of them head that's get that. Oh yeah. That is me for the video. Oh yeah, yeah. That is me for the video. Every day be like holiday. Fine boys know them they rush out so. Every day be like holiday. like say God done they bless us. Who be that person when want to test us? Why be they lake us the sponsor? Shaming now you when just take the shop up. When I don't get money to buy popcorn. And I the boys when them just they top up. When I know they all of them they jump up. Nobody knows tomorrow. Oh, when you will let the world then go. Tomorrow Phoebe your boy. Oh, when you will let the world then go. Tomorrow Phoebe your boy. Oh, when you will let the world then go. Tomorrow Phoebe your boy. Oh, when you will let the world then go. Tomorrow Phoebe your boy. Oh, when you will let the world then go. Tomorrow Phoebe your boy. Oh, when you will let the world then go. Tomorrow Phoebe your boy. Every day be like holiday. Fine boys now then they rush us so. Every day be like holiday. Fine boys she know wow wow. Every day be like holiday. Fine boys now then they rush us so. Every day be like holiday. Fine boys she know wow wow. Oh yeah. Now then they rush us so. Oh yeah. They she know wow wow. Make it give up for life. Make it thank God for life. Me, I want thank God for life. Be got my back. Every day be like holiday. Fine boys now then they rush us so. Every day be like holiday. Fine boys she know wow wow. Every day be like holiday. Fine boys now then they rush us so. Every day be like holiday. Fine boys she know wow wow. Oh yeah. Now then they rush us so. Oh yeah. Never look down on another man. Never look down on anyone. Nobody knows tomorrow. Choose it.
Let me just get us like that. That's the last, you know, whenever I saw videos, there was a time when you get to videos, when you get to the end, and the guys that did it just pose that pose and they just take the last shot. How you do? All right, so let's talk about this song. Every Day, right? Naden Rushers. Let's talk about what was behind the song, right? Putting the song together. What did you want to pass across?
Yeah, the song is all about trying to tell the people that no matter what, you shouldn't look down on anyone.
No, that's
yeah,
something.
anybody can just shock you because it's not about how much you work, but it's about grace.
Did this song, did it have to do with a personal experience or
Yeah.
something you had seen from someone else?
Yeah,
Something like
it's actually a personal experience.
Can you tell us about it? Maybe just gloss over it. Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
I started my whole life in the music industry stuff. I've been through a lot. I've got some friends who I was staying with.
Okay.
And they actually want me to do something that I don't want to do.
Okay.
So they had, one way or the other, they had to push me out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but then you've been able to stand up and push away from there, right?
Yeah, I can see I'm doing much more better than them.
I like that. I always like a comeback story. So, what do you have out there for? Is there a plan for a body of work? What do you have out there for your fans? What can they expect?
Okay, my fans. First of all, I want to say thank you to my fans. Then, secondly, they should be expecting a lot from me because I'm actually working on some good jobs, and I'm working on a new song with Pato Ranking.
Nice one, Pato Ranking. That's quite a nice one. Yeah. All right, all the best, man. All the best. See you at the top. All right, let's head over to Mary and Chef Uncle V. What's up, guys? Okay. Nah, I see, food was doing me. But then we spoke to you about the health discussion, halitosis. This is going to be quite interesting. Yomi?
Thanks, Mike. Well done. So it's time for another health discussion. Now, this morning we have Opeyemi Okoiso from Bright Smiles Dental Studio. And she's a fellow of the West African College of Surgeons and current chairperson of the Nigerian Dental Association Lagos State Chapter. Now, she is here to bring us some oral care information that could prevent bad breath, aka mouth odor or halitosis. And she's joining us this morning. But before I start this discussion, let me check my breath. Okay, it's still fresh. So let's start from the beginning. Okay. What is bad breath, mouth odor, or halitosis?
I love the way you started with it because, you know, everybody says mouth odor, mouth odor.
Yeah.
It's basically bad breath. The scientific name is halitosis, right? And, you know, it's something that affects people at some point. Everybody has experienced bad breath, you know, because basically it could be caused simply by food. I walked in here this morning and I was telling you that I smelled garlic.
Yeah.
So you can have garlic breath. A lot of people don't like that smell. So that in itself, it could be the food you eat and things like that that could cause bad breath. And for some people, it really affects the way they live.
Yeah.
It affects their psyche, you know, psychologically and all that. So it's a really important topic to talk about.
Yeah. So I like that you started with food, and we're going to talk about that a little later on. But there are some people who have a greater problem with bad breath than others.
Yes.
Some people stay kind of fresh most of the day, but there's some that by 10 a.m. They already have bad breath.
Yeah.
What's the problem there?
So that basically the very common cause of bad breath is bad oral hygiene.
Right.
When your mouth isn't as clean as it should. So to explain that simply is we have bacteria in our mouth and we eat food every day. Now imagine the food you eat gets into the nooks and crannies. It's not being cleaned properly. The bacteria get a chance to fester and just grow. So what's going to happen is the food begins to spoil, it begins to stink. It's like a dustbin. If you don't clean your dustbin, if you leave it like that, it's going to stink. Your mouth is the same way. So the very first major cause, commonest cause would be poor oral hygiene, not cleaning your teeth properly, not brushing enough, not brushing properly, because there's a way you should actually brush. And then the next thing would be something like gum disease, which is actually more common than we think.
Right.
It's a disease that affects the gums, starting from you're not cleaning properly, it then progresses to bad gums, and then you need to see your dentist to get that taken care of, and then you have that foul smell. You know that smell that you get from some people, So that odor, it won't go away. So bad breath that you have in the morning, I would say is pretty normal. But if you brush in the morning, you've eaten, by noon, like you said, you're already feeling your mouth doesn't smell nice, then you probably have a problem.
Right.
And you should get something done about it.
All right, okay, so usually you hear, usually we teach kids because adults just feel like they don't need it. But most of the time we teach kids brush in the morning, brush in the evening, just to ensure that you maintain that good oral health hygiene.
Yes.
But what are the things that we should be looking out for when it comes to products that we use for our mouths?
As in to take care of your teeth?
Yeah, to take care of
brush.
your teeth, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, brush twice daily. It's not for children only. It's for everybody. We need to brush in the morning, we need to brush at night. Now, I was going to mention that some people believe they need a scrubbing brush to clean their teeth.
Or like a smoker's, some people get like a smoker's brush, just so that they can...
Those brushes should be off the market because they destroy your gums. You need a medium textured to soft bristled toothbrush.
I'm going to tell that to my wife because she's always buying like a smoker. Like it feels like it's made of steel.
It's a scrubbing brush, actually, yes. So you want medium textured or a soft bristled brush. You want a fluoride-containing toothpaste. And then there's a technique to brushing. I can't explain that on the TV right now, but you need to see your dentist, get that, hone that skill, get it nicely done, and then you'll be fine.
So what about mouthwash? Some people say mouthwash also helps.
It does. It definitely does.
During the day or several times a day? What do you think?
I would say mouthwashes after brushing. A simple mouthwash, a fluoride-containing mouthwash. Some mouthwashes are made to stop bad breath, to kill the bacteria that cause bad breath. So your dentist has to prescribe that for you.
Okay, so let's talk about, in closing, specifically if somebody has gum disease, maybe they discover they have gum disease or they suspect that they have gum disease as consistently giving them bad breath, what should they do?
So let me quickly tell you what the first signs of gum disease would be. Bleeding gums when you brush. If you find that your mouth has a very bad odor, 2 signs that you probably have gum disease. If you have gum disease, you can't treat it at home. You need to see your dentist, you need to get your gums checked, get your teeth cleaned, and you probably will be put on a regimen of coming to the clinic to get your teeth cleaned over a period of time until the gum disease subsides.
Right.
Yes, so you can't treat it alone at home. It sounds very simple, something that's not a problem, but it festers into something so bad that your teeth start to fall out.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Okpeyemi, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
I wanted to talk about how expensive dentists are and other things, but hopefully another time. Another time. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right, we are going to be going on a break now. There's more on Wake Up Nigeria.
You're welcome back to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Chef Uncle V is here with me, ready to continue cooking. What are we doing next? Because I can hear...
Our potato is ready.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
It took less than 25 minutes eventually.
right on time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So right now we need
It's
to
really good.
get our
Let me
mackerel
push
stew.
this a little forward so everyone can see what it looks like. Can you see that? See, the grill actually has a very lovely look to it. Nice. Okay, so you're cooking the stew as well.
The mackerel stew.
The mackerel stew.
What we have here is our tomatoes already frying,
Okay.
and
What goes in next?
our
Seasoning cubes. Okay. Just one of it.
you can
Okay,
use two,
two.
so you can have that taste on.
We have 5 pieces of fish. Will
Yeah.
2 be enough?
Yeah, it
You're
should.
sure?
it should.
Okay. I don't think this
Then
is much
our
of
curry.
stew. All of the curry. Wow. You know why I said it's not much of stew? Because me, I'm not seeing enough pepper.
It's blended already.
Me, I eat a
there,
lot
so
of stew and pepper and all these things. This one is enough for me alone. What will others now eat? They will come and beat you up. It's not me they will hold. Just I can't eat all of this fish.
So right now we'll add our thyme.
Okay, just a little of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we'll stir fry it for a bit.
Just how long?
Say a minute.
Okay. Now, you know there are some people that can't stand fish like this.
Yeah.
There are actually many people.
Please don't tell me one.
And I'm one of them. Like, it's so crazy that my little one also doesn't like fish. I cannot stand fish. If it's catfish or panla or the one we call croaker. Oh,
yeah.
perfect. But you see, Titus and Kote, the mackerel and the other one, if I see it fresh, I don't know, I just get tired of it or it irritates me sometimes.
I don't know, I love it because it's usually soft, like really soft.
Many people love it actually. My younger sister can't do without having this at least once a week. But you know the cheat I use for it? I usually fry it.
Fried, okay.
And I know frying reduces nutrients sometimes, especially with things like this. But if you're going to get me to eat it, then you need to fry it. Like, in fact, there's something said in Yoruba, like it has to be really dry. So I don't really taste the fish itself, but I just know I'm eating something proteinous. Doesn't mean I don't eat it, but I'm eating it with pain in my heart. Like, why? So
okay,
if I have an option, I would.
I think right now we can
put in the fish.
Put in the fish,
okay.
yeah.
We're going to let the fish cook for how long?
For, say, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not
now, while you let it cook, you try to... I use a wooden spoon for it so it doesn't scatter.
Okay.
So while it cooks, I tend to turn it.
Okay. Okay. You know,
this should be done on really low heat.
Low heat, okay.
Yeah, you don't want it burnt before it's ready.
If you ask me, I'll say this is apandidi. This is just fried stew. You're just trying to funkify it. Which one is mackerel stew again? Stew is stew now. This is fried stew.
It's just like saying chicken stew.
Chicken ala tandidi. I've never heard that one before. But it looks really good. It looks really good. So you're going to let one side cook.
Yeah.
Then after a while. So 5 minutes per side.
Yeah.
Exactly. Five. I always feel you're being conservative with the time because this took less than 25 minutes. So I'm going to assume this will take less than 10 minutes. But we'll see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes.
Okay. So when you want to have a dish like this, what are the side, the side dishes you can put?
For me, you can choose to substitute the potato for rice.
Okay.
Yeah, that goes. You can decide. I don't know. I can have this with sautéed veggies.
Sautéed veggies,
yeah,
really?
Carrots, green pepper and yellow pepper.
Okay.
You know, I can have it together with it. Then
let's imagine, being imaginative now. Okay. I take the sweet potato out. I can put plantain as well, grill it, put it on the side. Oh my gosh, that would be magnificent.
you're just a plantain lover.
Oh wow!
Obviously,
well,
I love potatoes.
Wow.
I love potatoes.
Okay, I love potatoes too, and I really love that stew. I can't say the same for the fish, but I really love that stew. It looks really good. We're still on Wake Up Nigeria, and I've got Mike on standby right now. Hi, Mike.
Yeah. That aroma is distracting this screen. All right. Okay, so let's take your responses on social media. Now, we put out something. There's quite a number of hashtags I'll be checking out today. There's the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria, which I normally do. Then, of course, there's the hashtag World Mental Health Day, which is today, October 10th, and hashtag mental health. So, and also, we are having a relationship discussion later on the show. We'll be talking about whether it's necessary to take some sort of a sabbatical in a marriage. Now that's strange, you know. People have argued, or experts have argued, that it's possible to do. So we'll get to that, and then in the second half I'll take comments from that discussion. Okay, so let's check out mental health. Of course, it's a World Mental Health Day, and there are quite a number of messages. You can also send your messages to us. Remember, use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. That one will come directly to us. But then, of course, people are putting up messages there about mental health. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's pick the ones that are worthy of sharing or worth sharing. You know, there's this message that says it's okay not to be okay. Of course, talking about mental health, it's okay. All right, so this is from World Mental Health Day handle. That's at WMH Day. And it says, today's World Mental Health Day. Let's make hashtag World Mental Health Day top trending. Share your thoughts on mental health. Attention on social media can lead to more awareness and give hashtag mental health higher priority worldwide. Feel free to use the material when sharing the message. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, so keep those messages coming in, and quite a number of people who are commemorating the day. Let's see. Yeah, this says, this is from Matthew Scott, who says, it's okay not to be okay. Yeah, it's okay not to be okay. And these are lines that you can support. In the course of the show, we'll look out for lines that you can call in a locality that's talking about Nigeria here, and of course in Lagos. If you have to report or you want to talk to someone about mental health, we'll probably get lines across for you. These are lines across the world because, yeah, people across the world are talking about it. And I love this message. It says, everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind always. Yeah, I know we always say it's not easy to be kind always. We'll miss it once in a while, but then let's do the best we can, right? Because let's not even go down and say it's going to be hard to be kind always. Yeah, but hey, come on, do the best that you can, because everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing of, right? Okay, so this is still messages and all of that coming in for mental health. All right, this one is quite cool. Mental health, what it is and what it isn't. It is important. It is something everyone has. Mental health, that's mental health, right? Not mental health. It is intrinsically linked to physical health. It is on a continuum. It is worth making time for. It is part of being human. It is something we need to look after. That it isn't a sign of weakness. It isn't shameful. It isn't all in your mind. It isn't always something negative. It is something you decide to have, something to think about, you know, and all of that. Quite a lot there when it comes to sensitization concerning mental health. Okay, so we'll still keep the comments coming in. We'll talk about our relationship discussion and also mental health. Remember to use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. We'll take a recess, and when we get back, the rest of the show continues.
Hello again. Now that smell in the kitchen makes me feel like dancing. Yeah.
Smell of garlic frying. I don't understand.
It's just, I don't know, it's gingering me somehow. Oh, goodness me. It's Wake Up Nigeria, and we're doing what we can to make sure you start your day the right way.
Yeah, that's right. And another exciting addition. We already have spent an hour doing various things.
Yes, indeed.
And checking our breath to make sure that it's fresh.
Okay, we had a doctor in the house if you don't get that joke.
So we're going to be here for another 45 minutes or so, so stick around with us. We have got you covered. My name is Yomi Urope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. So we're live online, just in case you didn't know. tvcontinental.tv is our website. And of course, we're live streaming there and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Make sure you have loads of comments for us. We love reading them, actually. It's really interesting. It's like, it's very calming, but sometimes agitating at the same time. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Send us your messages with the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria.
And don't forget, we still have Chef V in the kitchen with Mary, and they have something going on there. There's some activity.
As in, they're not even looking at us. They're just, you know.
They're pretending like they're busy.
Are you sure they're not eating the food?
They're pretending.
Wait, Mary.
They're pretending right now.
Mary's eating the food right now.
You're not going to have anything to
Caught
do.
red-handed.
Don't try me.
Caught
All
in
right,
the act.
so, now, I want to ask a question. Is it ever a good idea to take a break, not in your relationship with your boyfriend, but in your marriage? Is it a good idea?
Touchy topic.
Yeah,
touchy
a
topic.
break to go reevaluate your coexistence. Anyway, whatever it is. Now, relationship coach Damilola Oluwatoyinbo will be here to help us figure out how to go about this. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, there's a lot to figure out.
How to or not to go about this. Exactly.
I think the pastor in you is coming out there. Now, Mike will be reading out some of our social media comments, some of your social media comments, before the end of the show. Can't wait to see them.
Yeah, and then we've got Nonso Kalango, as we said earlier, who's going to be joining us on the couch for some chat.
Yes, you. Come here.
Oh, me?
Yes.
See me.
Why are you late to my class?
I'm not late. I knew.
You're not the first old new student in this class. So, never you come to my class again late.
Yes, ma'am.
Interesting. Interesting.
That man could own conglomerates. So it's like, how dare you talk to me like that?
It actually reminds me of some friends of mine who went for postgraduate degrees.
Yeah.
And the way in a particular university in Lagos, I'm not going to say which one.
You already said it.
No, there are two. There are two.
Yeah.
There are two.
No, but your
and the
particular
way
is
the
too
lecturers used to treat them was like they were wondering if they were still wearing diapers.
Yeah.
Because they used to talk to them anyhow.
Yeah.
And they
I
were
just
like,
want to
"Is
say,
it
though,
necessary?"
just a small point. A few years ago, a cousin of mine called me. He came from the village. And pretty old. He was about 32 at the time.
Okay.
But he couldn't read and write.
Okay.
So he called me and asked me for help. And so we found this night school that he could be going to in the evening while he was working.
In Lagos?
Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
Wow, I didn't know
And he can now read, write, you know, and do stuff that he couldn't do just within the space of a few years.
There are plenty.
So don't give up. Don't give up.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
You see
So yeah, it's
So we
very
call it
important.
continuing education. There's one I know along Awolowo Road. There's Agege. There's quite a number of them.
Yeah.
The biggest
Very
for
many.
me, though, was a particular colleague of mine, you know, schoolmates, when back in secondary school. Now, these kids are children to a very popular female musician, and she couldn't speak English properly. She couldn't write either. And you know, these children took it upon themselves to educate their mom. When she used to come to school then, she would just, you know, be quiet and everything. And then recently, I saw an interview of her, and she was like speaking English even with the accent and everything. I was like,
So that's
is this the same? I
Don't
almost
give
said
up.
it.
Exactly.
So don't give up moment. There's probably someone watching right now that's wondering, you know, if they should go back to school.
You can go back to
You
school.
can. Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. On to relationship discussion. Now, some relationship experts have come to a conclusion that taking a break from a marriage may actually be considered healthy for couples in a long-term relationship, such as marriage. Although many beg to differ that it leads to a more negative outcome in the long run. Our relationship coach for today is Damilola Oluwatoyinbo, and he's here to try and help us clear the air on this particular issue. Welcome back to the studio.
It's great to be here, Titi. Thanks for having me again.
Okay, so what do you think, first of all, about the topic itself, taking a break from a marriage?
Yeah, I think it's very interesting, and
Yeah.
I think that it's something that will generate a lot of buzz online and offline as people watch right now in their different living rooms and office spaces. And I also think it's a very honest conversation, or one that calls for honesty and openness. Okay. Now, I want to start off with this. The context is king when it comes to matters like this.
The context,
The context,
of the break?
yes.
Okay.
Is key. So, for example, if I say to you, Tita, leave here now, you're going to be like, Okay, you just chill. You're the guest, I'm the host. But if you discover there's a fire outbreak in the studio, and I say the same thing, you're going to be like, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the same thing, but there are two contexts. In one context, there's relative safety and coordination. Another context, like fire is burning, and so it becomes a helpful advice. So when you're talking about a break in marriage, what is the context? I think that's the first thing to start with. What is the big why? Because sometimes we hold on to certain values, ideals, cultural beliefs, and historical antecedents that hurt us on the long run. So if this is a break that will prevent a breakdown, I think it's an order. It's the difference between a car that goes in for servicing and a car that goes in for repairs.
Okay.
So, for example, many Nigerians don't take in their cars for servicing until something really dastardly or nasty happens. The engine blows, the carburetor is not functioning, everything shuts down. And there are marriages today that are shutting down because people didn't open up to say, hey, my emotional engine is overheating right now. You know, the radiator is not functioning well. Can I take a few days off for private reflection, introspection, so I can serve you and ultimately our marriage better?
So in other words, you're saying that a break could serve as servicing the marriage.
I love your choice of words. Could, yeah.
Could
yes.
serve as servicing a marriage.
Absolutely.
Now, what exactly is it that could be advantageous from a break?
Okay, let me also backtrack a little bit by saying, okay, the big why is the break the only way to be able to actualize the why?
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes we think the first option is the best option. Now, once you've established the fact that, well, I need, 3 days, maybe even 2 weeks, maybe a week. Now, this does not mean you're leaving the house or moving back to your parents' place. It just means you might not be as fully involved in all the activities and chores, demands of that relationship.
Okay.
Now, what are some of the things? Number one is reflection.
So one advantage is you get to reflect.
Yes.
Okay.
I think the reflection turns experiences into insights. That's what one of my teachers says, John Maxwell, which means that you're able to catch your breath and go. It's like, in a football match, right? You have two halves, and then there's that 10 to 15-minute break where the coach is like, hey, guys, wrong position over there. And you
can change your strategy?
Exactly.
Okay.
What are the tweaks, the changes, the alterations, the modifications I need to make as a person to bring new lease of life to the relationship?
So that's saying that it's not you, it's me. It could actually be me.
Yeah, it could be. Yes.
So in other words, it's not servicing the marriage alone, it's servicing yourself.
You always have to think about us.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you're making scrambled eggs, the quality of the scrambled eggs, the function of the quality of the individual eggs that come into the space. So if there is something going wrong with your taste or your flavor, you might need that time to say, hey, get a grip on this so you can be better.
So I have to ask for an actual scenario that could lead to the need for a break.
Okay.
So do you have any that you've...
Yeah, we've had to do with certain couples who've had the temptation, I would say, towards violence or pressure, who don't know how to manage pressure. So, for example, what we generally advise men, people who lift their hands, men who lift their hands against their wives, is say, if the woman is working you up, right, and then you have this history of throwing punches, not with words, but like literally, then that's a time for you to step out of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that one of the reasons we've had a lot of domestic violence cases is that people just feel, no, we must die there. I married you, you married me, let's die. And that doesn't work ultimately because people have literally died all in a bid to honor this kind of theological or historical drive that you must be there every time. I think that there is a place where the tensions arise and the pressure is mounting, the emotions are raging, and then wisdom calls for that interlude.
Okay, so I've heard about some relationships that take a break due to grief, maybe the loss of maybe a family member or a child in the marriage.
Yeah.
How would you suggest that kind of break should go?
That's a tough one because the dynamic of grief is that you can't be effective going through a protracted season of grief all by yourself.
Okay.
You need somebody else for presence, warmth, empathy, encouragement, perspective, hope.
Okay.
And there's just something about having somebody who cares about you, being in the same space with you, even if when they lack the right words to express what you want to hear, what you're going through. So I think the number one is never get into a place of isolation, because isolation is the first step to desolation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easier for you to be attacked and consumed when you're standing by yourself.
So I'm going to take you from there now, very quickly, back to, we've talked about advantages, the disadvantages of taking a break.
Okay, yeah, because sometimes the break can become permanent.
Okay, which is the main fear.
Yeah, because if you go on a break and it's not regulated, if the terms are not very clear, the intention is not conspicuous, and the overall objective is not well established, then a whole lot of stuff could actually happen. So, for example, in primary school, somebody goes on this break, and it's break time. There is a time, like it's 10 or 15 minutes, and after that, the bell rings or the buzzer goes off, and everybody's called back.
Okay.
So every break needs to have a start time and an intended close period.
Okay.
That's one dynamic, the time frame. Number two is the intention. So there must be some kind of governance around it.
A structure.
Yes.
Thank you so much, P. Dams. I call you P. Dams. Everybody calls him P. Dams. Ask Dami online if you want to get some more information about this. I know that Mike has been taking some comments on social media about this topic too. What do you think about a break from a marriage? Maybe we'll have the chance to talk about those comments later on. Now we have to go over to the art of mixing drinks. Mary is on standby with Lara Bauer.
All right, thank you very much, TT. It's time for us to do something really exciting. You know, the founder of the Lagos Cocktail Week, Lara Bauer, is here because making a tasty drink has become an art that could be entrusted to someone skilled in the art of mixology. There's a lot we can learn from the following from the segment. So I'm looking forward to this, actually.
Okay.
What are you going to be mixing for me, Lara?
Well, I'm going to be making my favorite mocktail, which is a virgin mojito.
Virgin mojito.
Yes.
So that's what we're making now. Let's get started. What are we making use of?
Well, so we'll be using 2 bar spoons of brown sugar.
Okay, so before you start, I think you should put that down.
Okay.
I'm actually very curious about this. This is a bar spoon.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what is this?
So this is a bar spoon. This is a muddler.
Okay.
This is a strainer.
Okay.
And this is a Boston shaker.
This actually has a purpose. I thought it was just a cup. Like.
No. It's a Boston shaker.
Boston shaker.
With a Boston shaker, you have the tin. The tin and the glass.
Okay. I'm sure I'll see how a Boston shaker works. Is this up to a tablespoon or?
So this is like a tablespoon, yeah. But we call it a bar spoon.
A bar spoon. Okay.
So the measurement is actually 5 ml. So it's 5 ml.
Yeah, that's about a tablespoon anyway.
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna take cinnamon.
So it's brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
So 2 bar spoons of brown sugar.
Okay.
That's fine.
Virgin mojito. Okay.
And then your lime wedge. So already cut that. You have your lime wedge.
So you just squeeze it in?
Yes. So maybe about 4 of this.
4. Okay. And then?
And the reason why I'm trying to get the juice out is because I need the juice from the lime to actually dissolve the sugar.
Okay.
And now I'm going to try and use my muddler.
Your muddler?
Yes. So
what we would normally call the pestle. Okay.
So I'm going to use my muddler with my bar spoon again.
Okay.
I'm going to try and lift this out of there.
Okay. Yeah. Are you taking out the lemons at any point?
No, I'm not. So that's what will give it the tangy taste.
Okay.
So it's not too sweet, it's not too tangy.
Okay. So what happens next?
And then we need our mint. So these are mint sprigs. We're gonna, so because we want the flavor to come out, it's advisable that you slap it.
Slap it.
So that releases the oils. Yeah.
Wow.
And some people would like to model their mint leaves while, they're doing this, but I don't like to do that because what happens is with the leaves we have here, locally, they're not imported. The leaves are not as thick or they're not as big as the imported ones.
Okay.
So when you model it, what you have is the leaves will tear out.
Okay.
And then you find that the particles running through your mouth, through the straw.
Okay, okay.
So I'm going to use some of my ice.
Ice, all right. Okay, this is coming along.
So for some
nicely.
people, definitely you could use like crushed ice
Okay.
You know, that would hold the whole thing together. But for the purpose of DIY, for those who may not have crushed ice, if you have ice cubes at home, this will work perfectly.
Okay.
And then we'll now have to top it up. So you could use like club soda, you could use lemonade, you could use ginger beer, depending on what you like. But for me, I would use
some lime and lemon drink.
Yes, some lime and lemon drink, yes.
Okay.
So before I finish, you know, just to get like the right taste, I'm going to use my spoon again.
Okay.
And try to bring everything together.
Wow.
So you can see the brown sugar, the mint.
It's healthy too.
Yes, it is. So everything comes together. And then top it up with more ice.
Okay.
Just so that the garnish could sit nicely.
Yeah.
So you can see there's still a little window.
Yeah, there is.
So
you put in more of that.
If you're a bartender, you don't want your guests to feel like you're cheating them.
Okay.
So you may just want to top it up a little bit.
I feel cheated now that I know this is what's in it.
So you can top it up a little bit, but then leave a window for the garnish.
Okay.
So your garnish can actually be an element of what goes in the drink. So you could have the lime, but for this purpose, I'll be using the mint sprig.
Okay.
So give it a slap again, just so the oils could come out.
This is fantastic. I see you're wearing a Lagos Cocktail Week. That's taking place?
Yes, I am. Yes, it is. So it's taking place.
Oh, it's about to. When?
Yes, it is. So it's taking place next week.
Okay.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at the Federal Palace Hotel.
Wow.
And it's from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. We're having conferences in the morning from 9 o'clock to about 2 o'clock. And then from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock is open to the general public to come in for cocktail tasting.
Wow.
From different brands that will be showcasing at the Lagos Cocktail Week.
I can't wait to try this. I really look forward to it. So do I get to try this?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Enjoy.
Divine. It's time for a short break. Stay with us. Nonso Kalango will be on the couch. This is really nice.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, we have with us Nonso Kalango, a talented Nigerian actor, writer, and presenter. Now, she has a lot of strong stage instincts.
She also has extensive formal training and is a perfectionist who graduated from the New York Film Academy in 2017, where she did a course in acting for film. She has since then worked with great Nigerian directors.
And her most recent work has been on the sets of Tinsel, Flatmates, and Eve.
Yeah, rising star.
Right?
That's what we call them.
Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Good to have you join us today.
Thank you.
So she said actors are shy.
Yeah, I don't get why she said that.
She's kind of shy.
And so she was now trying to ask us, what questions are you going to ask us? I was like, okay.
There's a snitching now.
Just trying to
listen. We're going to make you
up.
do an audition now.
No. but please tell us a bit about, how acting started for you. Tell us how you got into it.
Okay. While growing up, he asked me, what do you want to be in future? I'm like, I want to be an actress. I want to be an actress. But my dad was, no, you need to read law.
Okay.
You need to be a lawyer, because my dad is a lawyer. And I'm the second kid out of 4, and I'm the only girl. So he just couldn't imagine his only daughter being an actor and all. So I tried to go to film school. No, so I had to study international relations and politics.
Okay. And you survived. You survived.
It was very hard.
Wow.
You know, because I did courses like foreign policy, international law. Jesus.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I wonder why I did those courses, because I don't use them now.
Yeah.
So with time, I was able to go to film school. Because I said I would never do a 9 to 5. I've tried to work for people, but after like few days, I won't even tell you I'm not coming to work. I would just not show up.
Really?
Yes, and they just call me. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. You know, so I went to film school last year. And
tell us about that journey, the journey to the film school, because sometimes it looks like, oh, I just went to film school and came back. But there must have been...
That journey is a long journey, but I don't want to talk about it now.
Talk about it, talk about it, talk about
No, I just went to film school last year. I just made up my mind and I went to film school last year.
But do you believe that that was a very important part of making sure you were a better actor?
Yes, sort of. I didn't go to a film school because I didn't believe I can act or cannot act. I went to film school because I believe in learning.
Okay.
You grow, you know, and it just makes you different from other people, things you learn in school.
Does it also expose you to
yes,
other actors? And
yes, you get to meet people from different countries, culture, and all, and you can never tell what you guys can do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Someone, like in my class, we had a lot of people from Brazil, Canada, Taiwan, we had a German, we had just different people, and we have a group right now. So,
so you're still in touch with them?
Yes, we have a group on WhatsApp where we all discuss, talk about our project and all different accents, Italian, you know. So it's good to go school abroad, come back, and.
But then you now do abroad school, and then you now come back to Nigeria, and the standards are different. The standards, the structure, your expectations probably a lot higher because of film school. How were you able to manage that when you got back?
God help me. I don't want to expose my life.
You have to expose it. Tell us.
Yes, it is different, honestly, because sometimes when I go somewhere and I expect some kind of, I don't call it treatment, but you just get the different, like the opposite. Right. I've gone for an audition before. I'm not going to call the audition because I've done the production. And in film school, they taught us when you go for auditions, there's something called slating. You look at the camera, you slate your name, blah, 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 your age, and you tell them the audition or the monologue you want to
take.
So when I came back, and they told us things about not putting your hair down, you have to put it up so they see the face, then your makeup has to be proper low so they can proper see what you look like. So I went for this audition and obviously packed my hair and blah, blah, blah. When I got in, I got in there.
It's okay. Go ahead. Talk to us.
Yeah, so when I got in there, I slated and I went on to say, so I'm doing a monologue from, oh, sorry, please, don't even bother, just go ahead.
Wow.
So, of course, that puts you off
I was going to introduce my monologue because that was what I was taught at film school, but I couldn't, I was cut short. And so when I did my monologue, and they said, okay, that's so international, can you come down to a Nigerian, do something in Pidgin for us?
Okay.
So you then had to do something in Pidgin?
It was improv. I just had to. I don't really speak Pidgin like that, but I just had to switch, and you know. So
wouldn't you then call that maybe the dynamism that is also expected from being an actor, being able to switch to different? Sometimes it can be pretty difficult, but you know.
Yeah, it's good because of course as an actor you should be able to switch. It makes you versatile and all that. But at the end of the day, I just believe in Nigeria or in Africa, the proper things should be done. You know, sometimes you go for auditions and you see, God forgive me, you see girls, the thing going for audition, you have to proper show your boobs, wear short stuff, do loud make contour and everything. And sometimes these directors, that's what catch their attention. You understand? So they don't, but there are some, there are a lot of directors that know how to get the professional actors when they see them, you know, so that's basically it.
And that's the difference between someone who's actually been formally trained and then someone who's just in it because of the glam or the fame. I'm
also curious to know, there are a number of young producers and young directors coming up now that are sort of in this mold. A lot of them have also gone to New York Film School and all that. Is there anyone that you're working with or that you're looking forward to working with? Because I know some of these guys are pretty dynamic.
When I came back, I was telling my friends, I was like, oh boy, the industry is going to change very soon. Because what I saw in New York was, I saw people like 20, 22, 25 directors, Nigerians, studying like 2 years course, doing masters.
Wow.
And as in school, then they were like gods because the white kids are all over them. They're like different because you see that energy in them and all that. So I met one of them.
I have to stop you there.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. We can talk about it as we walk to the kitchen. Our chef has been standing by for us because he's made something tasty for us to eat.
And she's not going to be shy about that.
Yes, please don't be shy. We have to eat this food. This food cannot waste.
Please have a seat.
Oh, wow. Please take a seat.
This is Nonso, guys. This is Chef V, that's Mary, and Mike.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Hi, Nonso. Welcome to the kitchen on
Thank
Wake Up
you.
Nigeria. Okay, so we have Chef V here, and he's been making this dish. We made this from the scratch here. So tell us about it, Chef V.
So what we have here is grilled potatoes and mackerel stew, sweet potatoes.
This looks amazing.
Okay, this is grilled.
Yeah, it's
I was
grilled.
wondering why I had that.
Line up.
Yeah.
So we have mackerel stew. Pretty spicy.
All right.
A bit, so I hope you like the pepper key.
Of course.
She's already celebrating. Let's not punish her.
I feel like I should take a picture of this. Wow.
I know, right?
All right, please.
Oh my
have a
gosh,
taste.
she's gonna
Don't take a picture
photo.
yet. Please have a taste first.
Oh my God.
All right then. So we have our friends at Homely NG providing our kitchen accessories. Thank you so much.
So a big thank you to them.
I think I want to use my
You want to use
fingers.
You want to use your hand?
You enjoy
Yeah.
that.
Go ahead.
Paula, we're giving you a shout out as well. Thank you so much.
thank you to Paula as well. Thank you to all our guests for joining us on the show today. It's been good.
Go ahead.
Really, really good.
Okay.
And Nonso is trying out this thing.
Yes,
Dip it in the
indeed.
pepper now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Tomorrow is Thursday.
We will be back with you at 7 a.m. as usual. Well done, Chef.
Yay.
Good job.
I love it.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.